driving down the road or even down a really nice beach and just seeing a bunch of trash crumpled up all over the place, it's pretty depressing to look at. My name is Madison Blackwell, and I feel pretty strong about this issue. And that's because it can actually be pretty dangerous to all kinds of life forms, and it's just a depressing situation on its own, and it can easily be avoided if everyone just cared, in my opinion at least. To start off with, it's not good for animals. According to plastic statistics, over 100,000 marine animals have died due to plastic entanglement. Dolphin babies will literally get tangled up and their circulation will get cut off from a string around their fin, and they'll lose their fin and obviously won't be able to swim, and they'll sink and die. And turtles get straws stuck in their nose. I've seen a video of someone having to pull it out of his nose, and it's a really sad thing to think about. And then not to mention the 1 million seabirds that die getting entangled in the plastic rings from soda cans and stuff like that. And then not to mention the ecosystem doesn't benefit at all from this trash that's just littered everywhere around us. It takes up space and it takes years, decades to decompose over time. It doesn't benefit, it doesn't provide, the nutrients to the surrounding area that it's being decomposed in. All it does is take up the energy that could be used for something else. So that's no good, no bueno. And then lastly, trash can be dangerous to us. From a personal example, when I was little, I was on a sandbank building a sandcastle, and a boat drove by and it made a bunch of waves. And the waves showed a piece of glass in the sand, and I actually was scooting around, patting it, making all my nice little designs. And I put my foot on top of the glass, and I actually got my foot sliced from that glass cut. It was bleeding everywhere. We only had band-aids because we were all, camping on an island. It hurt a lot, but it was pretty lame, and it's just because people can't pick up their trash and dispose of their bottles properly. But on a more serious level, Professor Awan actually studied that kids that grow up near trash piles have a more likelihood to develop certain health problems such as iron deficiencies, respiratory problems, rashes, and nervous disorders. So that's pretty sad, and it, if you see any of the things like in China or anything, they have all that pollution and the gas and the trash piles. It's really sad, but if you even look up a little bit of stuff into that and the amount, because we pay them to take our trash, and a lot of even our recyclables are considered just contaminated waste. So they just get rid of that too. So it's kind of, just a circle and cycle of producing more waste. And it's not good for anybody. What I hope we can actually achieve is we get the word out, we educate people about the effects of trash and all, about how terrible it is and what it's going to do to our ecosystem and what it has done. And we incite them to walk those few extra steps to the trash cans instead of them just throwing it on the ground. Or if we can place some more trash cans in the parks, in public areas, so that people, they don't have to take those few extra steps because there's a trash can right here. So it's a little bit better, I would hope, and then maybe it could be a little more controlled. After we get that, taken care of, we get people to stop littering more and to put it in the trash cans and everything like that. We can just work on getting the trash that's already on the ground. Since it takes so long to decompose, all that stuff that's been thrown already is still there. So I've noticed that people do it for community service, for volunteer hours, and I've seen criminals and stuff like that. That's the word, bad word. But doing it on the side of the road for their work and their in prison work or whatever. And I think that's a great idea and everything, but I feel like if we had even just a small little job for it that people could get paid for, even if it's just, a few bucks an hour or whatever, just to incite a little bit more people to want to get out there and be in the sun picking up trash of someone else, because no one ever really wants to do that. Obviously it's for the better, but without more insight, no one's going to really want to do it. So we need to try to do that. And then after we do pick up the trash, what we really need to work on is instilling the good habits of not littering into our children. They, believe it or not, are going to be the ones that inhabit our earth, so they need to be able to take care of it as well. They need to learn to throw everything away. They need to learn what to recycle, how to recycle, all that good stuff. And that is because if they instill it, then hopefully, the generations to come will continue to develop these habits, and overall it'll be better. Because according to the World Bank's data, there is actually going to be a 70% increase of waste produced because of the rapid population growth and urbanization of the countries and everything. By 2050, there's actually going to be 33.40 billion tons of trash in the world. That's a lot, and it takes up a lot of our space. It makes the area looks like crap and smell like crap, and it's just not an enjoyable thing. And I really believe that we need to try to work on it, get the trash out of here, keep it out of here, and get it contained. We need to try to work on, more biodegradable products that we dispose of. That way, whenever they do get thrown away, because obviously we have all these things that we don't reuse and then we just use once and throw away. But maybe if we can put those into biodegradable containers, they'll be able to go faster. I've even seen some of these people have the plastic rings, but they are made out of seafood creature food, so that after it gets thrown into the ocean, it can actually be ate by sea turtles and stuff. It's a little bit of a wild idea, still probably in the making, but it's cool. It's ideas like that we need to work on towards the future. Right now humans have basically just been a parasite. We've been taking and taking and taking from the earth and damaging it. We haven't been doing barely any good to it. So I really feel like we should try to do everything we can to not only fix the problems we've already created, but ensure that it does not just happen again.